Hello and welcome to another week of yoga, and I'm so excited for this flow. We are going to get deep into the heart today and kind of work with some eye movement here. So you shouldn't need any props. It is going to be a little bit more of an active, slow flow. We are going to be doing a little bit more standing, so if you want to try using a block between your legs to find that stability and support, I encourage you to try it, or you can use a pillow or anything like that. Other than that, grab your mats and I will meet you there. We're going to start in our cross-legged seated position. Really feel the sit bones rooted down, the shoulders are down and relaxed, and elongate that spine. Sucking in the belly gently. Find your breath. Begin to tap into your body. Take 3 deep breaths in from the nose and exhale out. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Now I want you to bring your left hand towards your heart for a moment. And just feel it. What do you feel on the inside of your body, around your heart? Do you feel tingles or warmth? Do you feel your heart beating on the inside? Take a moment here to just observe and feel your heart. And then I want you to focus on the energy around your heart, the external. So maybe on the back side, feel the space around, the matter around your back, your heart. Maybe you feel your hand. Maybe hold your hand not directly on top of your heart, but keep a little space in between. And what do you notice there? Maybe you don't feel anything just yet, and that's okay. And we all start with practicing something. What is your heart telling you? And whatever comes up, just observe it and acknowledge it for what it is. When you're ready, release that hand down. Gently open up your eyes here and notice how you feel. Maybe you have a focal point that you're staring at, and notice your peripheral vision. We're going to introduce some mountain breaths. So on our inhale, with the same pace of our breath, we're inhaling our hands up overhead. And then on your exhale, drag them down. Glide your hands down as you're moving through honey. Inhale, slowly rise up. Feel your back muscles engaging, your shoulders. And exhale out. Take 3 more of these at your own pace here. Really see if you can start to control your breath here. And these mountain breaths are allowing us to connect our mind and our body. And last one, inhale. And just keep your hands up here for a moment. Feel your energy running through your fingertips, elongating the torso, reaching up through the side bodies. Take a deep breath in. And on our exhale, we're going to twist towards the left. Bring our left hand behind you and your right hand over your right knee. Gazes over your left shoulders. Try to keep that right sit bone rooted. You're using your obliques to help crunch a little bit. Inhale. And exhale out. Keeping your right hand exactly where it is. Inhale your left hand up overhead. Twist towards the center and then allow your left hand to reach over your right knee. Your arms are crossed. Begin to send the chin towards the chest, round the back, and maybe lean back a little bit. Feeling the stretch on the back body, the neck. And inhale, slowly come out, release your hands. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Inhale your hands up overhead, one more time. And then exhale, twist towards the right. Engage those obliques, the core, keep that left sit bone rooted. Right hand comes behind you, left hand over your right knee. Gaze is over your right shoulder. Fingers pointing away. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Inhale and exhale. Keep your left hand exactly where it is. As you inhale, send your right hand up overhead and cross it towards the left knee. Arms crossed. Start to send your hips back, round the upper back, and allow the forehead to collapse. Notice the sensations that you feel within the upper body. And if you want to incorporate some movement, you can rock forward or back, side to side, make circle movements, whatever your body's calling for. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Slowly on your inhale, release your hand and come back into this cross-legged seated position. Now we're going to tuck your elbows in and we're going to do some wrist movements here. So start to make a fist with your hands and gently rotate your wrists in circular movements, trying to keep your elbows close. And the only thing moving is your wrist. And then go the opposite way. When you're ready, we're going to come into a tabletop position here. So stack your body, organize your ankles in line with your knees, knees in line with your hips, and your wrists in line with your shoulders. Press into that LJ space between your index finger and your thumb and the base of your wrist. Microbend within the elbow so we don't lock the joints here. We're going to do a few cat-cows. So inhale to drop the belly, arch the back. Your gaze is up. Feel the collarbones broaden. On your exhale, start to tuck that pelvis around the back. Push the floor away from you. Feel the shoulder blades spread. And inhale, drop the belly, arch the back. You can continue at your own pace here, maybe moving back and forth a little bit. Engage the core, feeling each vertebrae move one by one. Maybe you feel your hips spread open. And come into a neutral position. We're going to rotate our fingers towards the back. Tuck our toes, and we're just going to start to sway forward and back. Stretching the wrist. Warming up the toes, the knees a little bit. Really press into the base of that wrist. And once you find a good spot, just hold here for 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly come out of this and revert your fingers back towards center and tuck your toes and come to sit on your heels and just shake out your hands. Take a deep breath. We're going to start to warm up the core a little bit. So come back into that tabletop position here. Press into that left knee. You can tuck your toes or untuck them, whatever feels good. Press into that right hand, and then press through that right heel to send your leg back. In line with the hips, toes point down, and see if you can spread your toes open. Engage the pelvic floor muscles. Push the floor away from you so you don't sink into your shoulders. And then when you're ready, lift that left hand up. Your thumb is reaching up towards the ceiling. Engage that core. Press into your right hand and your left knee for stability and support. Your hips are squared, so we're not leaning to one side more than the other. We're gonna, on your next exhale, your knee and your elbow meet. Inhale, extend. Exhale. We're pushing to the outer extremities. Using your core, feel your back muscles. If you wobble, that's okay. Takes practice. I even wobble still. Take one more. Inhale and exhale. And on your inhale, just hold here. See if you can lift your arm and your leg a little bit higher. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly release. Take a deep breath here. Find your center. Do the same thing on the opposite side. So press into that right leg, that right knee. Press into your left hand. Again, micro bend within that elbow. Press into the pads of your hands. Extend that left leg back with control. Reach through that heel. Toes are spread open. Pointing towards the floor, then inhale your right hand up. Thumb towards the ceiling, hold. Find your center, pull that belly button in, and on your exhale, your knee and your elbow meet. Inhale, extend, and exhale. Find support on the standing limbs to find that support and balance. Find your breath. Find maybe a focal point if that helps you. So maybe you're staring down at a place in your mat. Inhale, last one. Exhale, really engage the core. And then inhale, hold here. See if you can pulse a little bit higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, slowly release. Untuck the toes, sit back onto your heels. Shake out your wrists. Take a deep breath in. And exhale out. Inhale. And exhale out. Slowly come back to your hands. Tuck the toes, and we're going to send the hips back for our first downward facing dog. Maybe pedal out the dog here, so bend in one knee at a time. Press the floor away from you. Think of a long spine. The bend of your elbow is pointing towards the back of you, towards your legs. Send the hips really high up towards the ceiling, activating the triceps and the lats. Maybe a little bit of the chest muscles here. Engage in the quad, the inner thighs. As your heels are anchored towards the mat, even if they might not touch, feel energetically the heels pressing it down towards the mat. You can have a little micro bend within those knees here if that feels good for you. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. We're going to do some waves here into a plank position. So inhale, start to round the back. Press into your hands and your ankles. Tuck the pelvis, push the floor away from you. Again, press it into that LJ space between your hands. Take a look at your ankles, making sure that the ankles are in line with the legs and they're not flaring out to one side or another. Press into the balls of the feet here, activating the arches, reaching through the heels, and notice what other muscles are engaged as you form this alignment. And exhale, send the hips back into a downward facing dog. Find stability. Move very, very slow. Maybe look at me to see how slow I'm moving to incorporate that proper alignment. You're actively pressing your hands away from each other, like you're trying to spread the mat apart. And exhale, send the hips back. Inhale. Feel your core being engaged. Feel the chest muscles activated. Your arms, your legs. Really suck in that belly button so you're light within your body. The more you activate your core, and the core isn't just your abs, it's also the posterior chain, your back muscles. The lighter you can be on your extremities, your limbs. Take 2 more here. Once you feel comfortable, maybe you can speed it up a little bit, as long as you're moving smoothly. And exhale into a plank position here. Press into that left leg, and on your inhale, lift that right heel up. Engage that glute, toes pointing down. Reach for that heel. Yes, you can. 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Press into that right hand. Press into that right leg, and then send the left heel up in line with the hip here. 5, 4, engage the lower pelvic muscles. 3, 2, 1. Slowly release, send your hips down and back, and then start to walk your hands to meet your feet for a forward fold. You can keep a micro bend within the knees. Legs can be hip width apart. Your hands can be limb here, or you can hold your elbows and rock side to side. Listen to your body. What does your body want? How does it want to be moved? Maybe you're bending one knee at a time here again. Release the hands here. Allow the upper back to melt. You're sending your hips up towards the ceiling again. So like in downward facing dog. Protect that lower spine. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Begin to walk your hands back out in front of you for a downward facing dog. Press into that left leg and then send the right leg up towards the ceiling. Press into that left heel. Keep it firm. Start to bend that right knee, sending your heel towards your glute. And then open up your hips and then that right leg towards the left so your hips are stacked. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, square your hips again and send that right leg in between the hands for a high lunge. Drop that left knee. Your right knee is in line with that right ankle, and then send your arms up. Take a deep breath in. Maybe lift up a little bit so you're squared within your hips, and then sink a little bit deeper. Notice what you feel with that left hamstring. Take a deep breath in, and exhale out. Send your hands up towards the ceiling. Press into those left toes, that left heel. And then when you're ready, press into that right foot and then straighten that left leg for a high lunge. Take a deep breath in. Yes, you can. And exhale, allow your left foot to meet your right. Stand up tall and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, your hands on your shins, halfway lift, so think of a flat back. Elongate that spine, reaching through the crown. Sending the hips behind you, press into your shins, and exhale, forward fold. Be proud of yourself. You are stronger than you know. You are more powerful than you know. What are you saying to yourself? This is hard, I'm weak. Or are you saying that this is great, this is a challenge? Maybe it's not even a challenge, but you're finding more strength and more stability within your body. Maybe you're realizing your power is stronger than you believed. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Start to place your hands in front of you. Lean into that left leg and send that right leg back. And drop that right knee. Left knee is stacked over the left ankle. Square the hips, elongate that spine. And when you're ready, rise up for a low lunge. Inhale to come up a little bit. Square the hips. And then exhale, sink a little bit deeper into those hips. Notice what you feel within those hip flexors. Squeezing both glutes here, protecting the spine. And then when you're ready, press into that left leg, reach through the right toes, pressing through that heel, activate that right quad and straighten that right leg. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Begin to lean forward and allow your right foot to meet your left and inhale, straighten both legs, arms rise up and exhale, forward fold. Take a deep breath in. And exhale out. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Engage those hamstrings and those glutes as you start to send, as you start to roll that torso up. Your arms are limp. Your shoulders are the last to go. Maybe widen your stance a little bit. We're going to start to practice some of those eye movements. So hands spread open, palms face in front of you. Press into all three corners of the feet. So you're reaching to your heels and the pads of the balls of the feet. Activate that arch, the inner thighs. Tuck the glute a little bit. Lengthen up from the crown, close your eyes and notice what you feel. Feel the space between your fingertips around your body. Feel rooted here. What would it feel like to be completely rooted if you're wobbling? Pretend like you're bouncing on a paddleboard. You're standing on a bed, something that the surface isn't really steady. What muscles are being incorporated and engaged here? Take a deep breath in and exhale out. And for a moment, I want you to step into your power, step into your space, take up your space. You are deserving to be here. You are powerful. You are unique and authentic within your own which way. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And notice as you speak positively to yourself, you find this courage, this confidence. You reach the chest up a little bit more. Maybe place your hand on your heart and feel what it feels like right now. Take up your space. Where can you speak up more? Or maybe, where can you listen more? So you can open your eyes. And first we're going to do some eye circles. So start to look up, keeping your head steady. The only muscles moving are your eyes. So don't relax the forehead. Relax the jaw. Only your gaze is up. Then start to send the eyes over towards the right. See how much you see towards your right. And then down. And slide them over towards the left. See if you can notice the muscles within your head, within your eyes moving. Maybe it feels a little discomfort. Maybe it feels a little odd. Maybe you feel the stretch. And then bring them up towards center and then go the opposite way. So slide your eyes over towards the left, down, towards the right, and back up. Maybe you notice some shifts in your neck. We're going to open our arms up to shoulder width apart. Look in front of you, gaze in front of you. Your thumbs are pointed up. And notice if you can see your thumbs here. Begin to walk your arms in until you can see your thumbs. This is your horizontal peripheral vision. And a lot of doctors don't test this, so notice where it is that you see your thumbs. And take a moment here to observe your internal state, your mood. Are you energized? Are you tired? Are you excited? Are you sad? All of these emotions affect your peripheral vision. Your peripheral vision also impacts your perspective, how you internalize life, how you perceive events and experiences. And so if you're stressed or anxious, you might notice your arms in a little bit more. And this is where we start to focus on tunnel vision, where we're so narrowed and focused, but where can you widen your perspective a little bit more? In terms of focusing and seeing your peripheral vision, this also allows your subconscious mind to observe other areas of life, other opportunities that you may be missing because you're so narrow and focused minded. So where can you broaden your perspectives? Where can you hear somebody else more? Where can you speak up a little bit more? Where can you take up your space and be more present? Inhale. And exhale. Begin to send your hands up above you. Your shoulders might be a little bit on fire and your legs as well as we're standing here, but this is also movement and posture of confidence and courage. So find your confidence and find your courage. Find your compassion as we open up this heart and chest space. And again, start to bring your hands down until you can start to see your hands. This is your vertical perspective. So as you can tell, this is a circular unit where we start to see the bubble. Maybe we can expand our focus and our vision just a little bit more. Practicing this will also help our vision if you wear glasses. Myotopia, which is a result of the constriction of the eyes, is typically due to chronic stress and anxiety, specifically from when we were children. And exhale, slowly release your hands down until you don't see them anymore. Palms face up, and just notice what you see while you're focusing in front of you. If you can see your hands and anything around you, what are these messages? What are these information of our senses telling us as it gives us experience within life? Take a deep breath in and exhale, relax the hands. You can shake out your arms, do whatever it is that's going to make you feel comfortable. To shake it off. Observe without judgment, be gentle and compassionate with yourself. That this is just the beginning of your journey, and that great things are yet to come. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Inhale your hands up overhead and exhale, forward fold. Begin to walk your feet out as wide as the mat. Maybe your ankles point in a little bit and your toes point out. You can start to bend your knees from side to side here. And then wherever your hands meet the mat, begin to bend your knees to just go right in line with your toes. And once they do, then you can start to send the hips down, all the way down like you're pressing a button with your hips. Engage those glutes so we're light on the knees here. And once you've reached your edge, your point, begin to push your elbows into your knees and your hands come into prayer pose. Malasana, deep squat, a deep hip opener. So if this feels good, you can start to rock side to side here. Try to elongate that spine so you're sending your hip bones down and your head towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, yes you can. And on your exhale, just release your hands. You're still pressing your elbows into your knees. Start to lean forward. Your knees can go over your feet for a moment. If you're try to keep those heels rooted down. And then engage the glutes and the quads as you send your hips up towards the ceiling, forward, forward, fold. You can keep your legs here. You can walk them in and just rock side to side. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. You did amazing, and I'm so proud of you. Begin to walk your hands out a little bit as you start to send your legs back into the downward facing dog. And then come onto your knees. Maybe tap on your feet a little bit, shake them out. So from here, we're gonna come into another deep hip opener. So we're gonna start to bring that left knee to the center of the mat, right where our hands are. Extend that left ankle all the way towards the right side of the mat. And then send your right knee in line with that left knee and spread open your feet. So both feet should be at opposite sides of the mat. Your knees are stacked, and the space in between your feet, you're gonna start to send your hips back and to sit on. Now this isn't for everybody, so if you want a block here, by all means. Your left knee might come up a little bit towards the chest. Your knees might not be completely stacked, and that's okay. As long as you're feeling the stretch on the left outer hip area. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. From here, we're gonna open up our arms out into a T position. And then we're gonna cross the right arm on top of the left for eagle arms. Your left fingers reach the palm of your right hand and lift the elbows up a little bit. See if you can lift them all the way up as we keep our hips steady. And then exhale, see if you can round your back, bringing your elbows towards your knees. Feel the stretch on the back body. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Inhale to come back up to center. Release your hands. Inhale your hands up overhead. And exhale, drop your left hand down to the mat. Start to walk your left fingertips out a little bit. And if that feels good, you can stay here. Or you can laterally bend, reaching your right hand up overhead towards the left a little bit. Feeling the stretch on the right side of the body. Keep the chest expanded open. And exhale out. And slowly inhale back up to center. Place your hands in front of you as you lean back onto your knees. And then undo the bind. Make any movements for your hips that feel good for you. And then when you're ready, place that right knee towards the center. Open up that right ankle towards the left side. Stack the left knee behind. Open up your feet. Create that space. And then when you're ready, send the hips back. Notice any shifts within the hips that you feel. And just observe without judgment. Find your edge. And wherever you're feeling tension, use your breath as a tool and a guidance to get deeper into it. Begin to open up your arms here. And this time, send your left arm on top. Your right fingers reached for your left palm. Inhale, lift the elbows up, or just move in the upper body. And exhale, bring your elbows towards your knees. Notice the shift that you feel within your back. Take a deep breath in, and exhale out. Inhale, slowly rise back up to center. Release the bind. Inhale your hands up overhead and then drop that right arm down towards the mat. Walk your fingertips out a little bit, and then if that feels good, you can laterally bend towards the right here. Notice what you feel with the left side of the body. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Inhale to come back up to center. Place your hands behind you as you lift your knees up and undo the cross. Place both feet onto the mat. Fingers point towards your feet. We're going to do a reverse table. So press into your limbs here, so your arms and your feet. Your legs should be hip width apart. Squeeze those glutes as you start to send those hips up into a reverse table. Your chin can be tucked or it can be relaxed back, whatever feels comfortable for you. keeping a strong, firm base between the hands and the feet. Engage the lower pelvic floor muscles. Feel the stretch on your shoulders. Your collarbones broaden. Try to really press the floor away from you. Engage in those triceps. Take a deep breath in. Chin can be tucked or relaxed back. Whatever feels comfortable for you. 3, 2, 1. Exhale slowly. With control, bring your hips back down to the mat. Keep your knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Maybe grab your legs as you slowly come down towards the mat with control. Take a deep breath in to allow your body to readjust itself. Notice what you feel. Maybe rock your knees from side to side. Gently be mindful of your movements. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Whenever you're ready, extend your legs out in front of you for our final resting pose, Shavasana. Palms can face up to receive or down to ground. Toes naturally splay out. Allow everything to integrate. And come back to your heart space. How do you feel? Where can you incorporate a little bit more compassion with yourself, to others, a little bit more courage and strength to find your truth? You have power. You are here for a reason. Allow yourself to fully express yourself, which way that means, as long as you're being respectful to yourself and others. For one should always speak truth, and if the truth hurts, present it in a presentable manner, in a respectful manner, in a way that which you would want to be received with. In a way of how would you want to receive that same message. As we start to use these techniques with the eyes, we can perceive more. We are giving our subconscious mind a little bit more opportunities, a little bit more options to discover. And wherever your heart flutters a little bit more, in the most loving direction, know that that's the way that's meant for you. This life is too short, so make sure that your heart is always fluttering. Begin to slowly make circular movements with your wrists, your feet. Take a nice deep inhale. Reach the hands up overhead. Exhale, slowly rock onto either side in a fetal position to help push yourself up into a cross-legged seated position to close this practice. You may place your hands in front of your heart again and really feel this space. Give your heart the opportunity to express itself. You are deserving of your heart to be felt, seen, and heard. I hope this practice gave you the opportunity to really reflect where your heart wants to be seen a little bit more, to be a little bit more gracious, to step into your true strength and power, to love yourself and love your others a little bit more. Follow your heart. It always knows which way to go. It's taken moments like this to finally observe what your heart is telling you. So maybe take a little bit more quiet time and space for yourself. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Bring your hands to prayer pose in front of your heart. Know that the light in me fully sees, feels, and hears and honors the light in you. Namaste.